All right, we are recording. My name is Aditi. Hello, everyone. I am a marketing strategist and confidence coach. I'm here with Shweta Iyer. She is my client, and today we are going to talk about how marketing grew her practice. Now, one of the reasons that we both wanted to do this is because I know a lot of people get scared away from the idea of marketing. They think of like sleazy car salesmen and like grimy stuff and all of this stuff. But what I like to say is that marketing is simply sharing. Marketing is letting people know that you exist, that you have a gift to offer that can help people. And I really want to get this message across to a lot of people because I think that so many of you have a very special gift, have a very special expertise, but no one's going to be able to benefit from your expertise if they don't know about it, right? So I want to talk to Shweta today because she also was very, 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 very resistant to marketing as a whole. And so I would love for both, we're going to have a conversation. We're going to be hanging out. It's going to be informal. And everybody who's here on chat with us, feel free to conversate with us. I want this to be interactive. And yeah, so let's get started. So I told you who I am. So Shweta, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Sweta Iyer, and I'm an energy healer. That's for people who don't know what energy healing is. I make sense of things that you can't see, but you feel, and things that just don't make any sense, but you know that something in your heart's telling you it's right. Now, if you had asked me 2 years ago, that would have been a very roundabout explanation. So this has kind of come about after I've been working with Aditi. Aditi and I have known each other for a long time, but as far as her kind of being on my team has been very, very important because she is very committed to spiritual entrepreneurs. And I think, my fear of not really putting my gift out there in a way that it deserved to be was a big hesitation. And I'm just going to put a disclaimer. I wasn't even trying to be a healer. Okay. Just like was not my thing. So the other hidden talent of Aditi is she can spot talent and she can tell you this is going to work. So it's it's been a very, very interesting time for me. So personally, like, I just want to say another thing. This is not just about Aditi or me. This is about journeys that you don't have any idea where they're going to take you. Like, you have a destination in mind, but you don't know what your journey is supposed to look like. So think of this even as like maybe something will spark in you about what following your life purpose means, or what it could look like, or what it is. So it's very, very important that you don't think about this as our story, that you think about this as something that will help you. That's why you're here. We've been doing a lot of blabs, and we have a lot of different people who are joining in, even if it's 10 minutes, and I'm so grateful. So the reason I suggested to Aditi, and she's always down for any kind of social interaction, which is amazing as my marketing strategist. I said, let's bring out the person who sort of pushes me in the direction where I can utilize my gift. So an important part about Aditi is that she didn't give me my gift. Okay. So your marketing strategist, your business strategist, nobody gets the credit for your gift. Okay. But it's like getting you there quicker, right? And that's what Aditi's role is. And so far, so good. I'm very happy with it. Like, my first major webinar that I did on Blab had about 110 people, which was fantastic, right?
Super.
And I'm doing live readings, which gets amazing results. The fact of the matter is, how as a spiritual entrepreneur do you not feel awkward putting yourself out there because it doesn't go along with what you might think of spirituality? And yet, some of the most incredibly spiritual people are also doing very well for themselves. There's sort of this reversal of money and spirituality not being rewarded coming together. So, literally, you want to pick the brains of how my business looks today, the how, that's all Aditi. So if you have a problem with it, give her criticism. That's fine with me. I just use my gift. I'm just joking.
More people reached by the strategies, I am happy. If more people are being helped, I'm happy. So
yeah,
that's my only goal.
Frankly speaking, what I really enjoy in working with Aditi is that she has such a respect for my gift. And as spiritual entrepreneurs, this is something that everybody needs this. You need the person who is going to support you and guide you in putting your gift out there to really understand it. It's like a little plant. It's like a little baby. Your gift as a spiritual entrepreneur, it doesn't matter what you do, right? You could be a photographer, you could channel it in many different ways. But if it's like a little tiny gift, and you want to trust the person who can treat it the same way. And Aditi hasn't said this in her introduction, but she's also an angel card reader. So she has her own sort of spiritual practice. But right now, I mean, and Aditi, you can sort of speak more on this. She's mostly focusing on marketing. Why? Because she has amazing credentials. I'm going to let her talk about it a little bit.
Yeah. So basically, you guys, I started writing about, so I share this many times. I basically heard Wayne Dyer say a couple years ago at an I Can Do It conference, he said, follow your passion and the money will follow. And it was the first time I had heard it. Now I've heard it many times, and it may be cliche to some of you, but it was the first time I had ever heard that. And it was kind of a profound concept to me. I was like, wait, so you can just like do your passion and make money off of it? I was like, that sounds pretty interesting. But then when I thought about it, I didn't even know what my passion was. And at this time, I was in my early 20s, just graduated from college. I mean, I was trying to just be in a job and like move up the ladder, like learn about my life. Like that's where I was. And when I thought about what Wayne Dyer said, I was just like, follow my passion. I remember I wrote in my journal that day. And by the way, you guys, I don't really journal, but for some reason I felt called to journal that day. And I was journaling and I was like, well, Wayne Dyer said this today. And he said you can make money following your passion, but what is my passion? I don't even know what my passion is. And at that time I had written, I love inspiring people and I love dancing. Those were like the two things that came up. And I remember once upon a time when I remember my friend was going through a really, really, really hard breakup, and she was just in a really low point. And I was sitting on her floor, literally, as she was crying on the couch. And I pulled open Louise Hay's You Can Heal Your Life. And I was literally reading her lines in the book. And I was like, girl, we're going to get you through this. You can heal your life. I'm going to read you this stuff. It's really powerful. And ever since that day, I remember she was like, you need to do this work. Like, this is helping me so much. This is really powerful. And I was just like, nah, I'm not going to do that. And then, I don't know, but I realized I really enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed inspiring people and sharing things with people. And then I remember at some point, I decided to start a blog called ilivewithjoy.com. And I started writing about like inspirational stories, things to inspire people. At the end of the day, I just wanted everyone to be happy. That's kind of where that came from. And then a little while later is when I realized I had a connection with angels. And I started opening that up. Then next thing you know, I felt very called to do angel card readings. And I started doing that and connecting with the angels to learn about my life purpose. And I wanted to tell other people that they can also connect to their own angels to learn about their life purpose. You know, I feel like I was always surrounded by people who were just unhappy. Like they were just like living mediocre lives. Like they were just like, okay, like they were doing fine, but it wasn't like, they weren't like lit up. And I wanted everybody to be lit up. Like, what is it that you do that lights you up so much? I was like, I want to help everyone do that, you know, remind them of that. And then I was like, maybe I should do life coaching, you know? So I went and got a life coaching certification, tried doing life coaching. At the time, it wasn't the right time, so that didn't work out at the time. And I was called to do angel card readings more officially. So then I started doing that. And then eventually I went to the Angel Intuitive Conference with Doreen Virtue in Hawaii and became an Angel Intuitive and deepening my own connection with the angels. And I've always had a very, very, very strong love of marketing since I don't even know when. So basically, you guys, if I love something, I will make sure everybody in the room and everybody in the world knows about it because I'm like, you guys need to try this. It's going to change your life. Like that was like the thing I would do about everything I loved. And people would always be like, you should get paid for this. Like, you're basically advertising to this company and all of us came and tried it because of you. And people would always make these sort of comments. And I'd be like, whatever, it's not a big deal. And then I just kept feeling myself being called to marketing even more. And I ended up majoring in marketing in my undergrad. And then I went into the corporate world, but I went into general consulting. So there wasn't that marketing piece there. But I still felt like very called towards it. And then that's why I ended up getting my master's degree at Northwestern in integrated marketing communications. So then I was like, okay, angels, I don't really get what I'm doing. I have this life coaching certification. I have this angel intuitive, angel card reading, and now I have a marketing degree. So what am I doing? And then that's when the angels guided me that, hey, you got to combine it all together. You're going to be using your angel intuitive guidance, and you're going to be using your marketing expertise and helping people with their life purpose, getting them on their life purpose path. And I was like, I don't really know about that. I've never heard of that before. And at some point, I just felt like I need to do it. Like, it was just such a strong calling inside that some of you may feel too about whatever it is your life purpose is. So I decided that it was time. Yeah, IMC. Woot, woot. So I decided it was time to do it. So what I did was I was called to offer something called angel marketing. So angel marketing is a combination of angel intuitive guidance with marketing guidance. And I thought it was random and weird, and I didn't really know what it was about. But I decided, all right, if you trust the angels, give it a shot. So that's what I did. I gave it a shot. And I want also this for you guys to be like an opportunity for you guys to give yourself a shot, you know? And that's really where it started, you know, giving myself a shot and just taking a chance. And when I offered angel marketing, 9 people signed up, and I was only looking for 3 people to sign up. So I was like, oh, okay, so maybe there's something here. And alongside, you know, Shweta has been my friend from before, and I had discovered this wonderful gift she had. And I was like, and in my own personal experience, I got to experience her gift, and I knew it was just such an incredible gift that was so healing and so helpful. Like, she's helped me through some really, really deep, dark times. And I was like, more people need to know about this. Like, why don't you like do this? Like, I think you should like offer this professionally. And we can talk about that a little bit, Shweta, like kind of the journey of like where it started. And, you know, I kind of told her that, maybe you should do this, you know? And she was a little resistant at first. And then eventually she was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Like, same thing, right? Giving it a shot. And she decided to give it a shot. And let's talk about maybe how the clients were coming in the beginning and how things were working when you first started.
Aditi is being very nice. I wasn't a little resistant. I was trying to run away. But I was like, I just.
She was like, I don't.
No, well, I was like a hamster on a wheel. Do you guys know what a hamster on a wheel is? I don't know if anyone has that image. Yeah, it means spinning the wheel in the same place, and then you just keep spinning them, and you think like you're getting somewhere. Yeah. So I was very lost. I was very confused. I didn't want to use my gift because I'll be honest, I didn't really think it felt okay. So I think this might be something, if this could be helpful for some of you, if you think about it, what comes very naturally to you is your gift. Okay. So my clairvoyance, my psychic abilities, my intuition, my healing ability, whatever it is, right? To other people, it's a gift. To me, it's very natural. Does that make sense? So to me, it was like, when me and Aditi had a session, I said to her, now just a little background with me. I had been going to a healer and had gotten training for 11 years. So it's not like it was my first time doing anything and then suddenly tapped into these abilities. No, I've been doing it for 11 years, but I never wanted to do it professionally. I didn't want to help people because I didn't really think that was something that was part of my life. However, when you have a divine destiny, when you have a gift, or when you have something in you that is so powerful, that is not for you, for others. Okay, this is going to be very, very important for spiritual entrepreneurs, I think. It's not for you to keep, it is for you to give. Okay, and that's why I love what Karen says. She says, you get to do this. I don't need to do this. I could do 20 other different things, but I get to do this. I get to talk about what's so natural to me, what's so deep within me, I'm just sharing with you. And so, then there's this whole thing, well, if you're sharing, why do you have to get paid? Or, if you're sharing, why do it as a business? Well, you guys, we're not living in the ancient world anymore, okay? This is not barter system. There's a definite system of exchange. And in that sense, I have services and, I get paid. However, it's not about that. So when Aditi told me, you do it, and she says I was a little resistant, I ran. So if that happens to you, when something calls you so strongly, something that feels so natural to you, it doesn't mean that you're not going to get on it. It just means you need a little bit more of a push. With me, I didn't have a choice. The universe I'd stopped running out of places to hide, and that was the best thing the universe did for me. And then I took one client, and that was Aditi's friend. She sent somebody. I said, I'm not doing this for
a lot of people who need help. I'll send them your way.
Yeah. And so it was literally one person, and then it just grew. I refused to do any marketing. I refused to talk about it to people. I said, I'm not doing it. And I had a very rebellious attitude. I'm not sure why, but I mean, it was like, okay, well,
as an energy.
yeah, I was like,
You wouldn't even say.
Go ahead, Aditi. I don't want to cut you off.
No, I was just saying you wouldn't even say that you're an energy healer to people when we were like.
No, I wouldn't. I would be like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what to do. And I did, right? I went to an energy healer. I wasn't the one doing the practice. So, anywho, I just would not talk about it. So finally, this is how it works. You get one person and there's another person, and people just started coming. It was the most amazing thing of my life. Like, in spite of all my restrictions and all my resentment and saying, no, 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 they just kept coming. Okay. And I will say this at this point, I started charging $60. Okay. I now charge $375. However, that is not the main thing. The main thing is that I've grown in how I treat this practice. I could not take it seriously for the life of me. I said, I don't really care. It's not that I didn't care about people. You see, I didn't think I had something to give because this was natural to me. However, this is where, when you have people around you that are ambitious, that want to do things, they will be able to spot some hidden talent in you. Your friends are not being nice to you when they say that, maybe you should go try something. Your friends don't care, but they're spotting something and they're telling you. Do you understand? Like, I think that's very important. And my resistance sort of started getting beaten down because I was seeing all these results. Your life purpose will drive you crazy, but it will also make you the happiest you'll ever be. It's just that simple. And the fact of the matter is, that is exactly what it has done. And this is my third year in the practice, which is a big deal, because I've owned a lot of things. Like, I would not do this. This would not be part of something I would do. I have fought Aditi all the way. Now, if you were to ever work with her, do not fight her. Now I don't. Save yourself a lot of time and just get on her sort of plan. I'm serious. You'll save yourself so much time. I'm literally implementing some things that she's told me to do it a while ago, and I wasn't ready. That's okay. She's very patient. I will give her that. So the practice just kind of blew up, you guys. I remember 7 months into it, I was booked. I was getting 1 to 5 new bookings every day. It was insane. Do you remember that, Aditi?
Yeah. You had no website at that time.
I had nothing. It was nothing. It was, I didn't have a website. I had no marketing. I had nothing. I refused to get on Twitter. And then when Aditi wanted to say, she's like, let's make your website. I said, no. I refused to do anything for it. I was a spoiled brat. I really was a brat. Okay. Here's the thing. At some point, because your gift, your natural abilities are so powerful. Someone can't watch this. That sucks. Okay, you'll have the replay up, you guys.
Yeah.
So I said no. And literally, there was a force pushing Aditi. There's a force pushing me. And it makes a lot of sense. And she's worked on my website. And I gave it. You know what it was? I was resisting becoming more expansive. I was resisting becoming successful. I was resisting reaching more people. I was being selfish. Okay? And that's what's going on with anyone who doesn't want to share their gifts. And, I had a very difficult personal life too at the time. But right now, sitting here, everything keeps getting sorted itself out. And frankly speaking, my clients see great results. I have no problems admitting that. They'll see great results because I see great results in my life. And I'm very grateful for it because I get to share this. I don't ever offer you anything that I don't offer in my personal life. And you can ask Aditi. She sees me very closely because, we work pretty closely. I moved from Maryland to Chicago, so she is part of my team and she does live here. And you can ask her. I practice what I preach. I really do. I live a life that is not meant to be stressful. So, I have the greatest empathy for somebody who goes through all this. The reason I wanted to be so honest about where I was is because, we keep thinking success has to look like this. Success has to maybe now look like Sweta's website or how many followers she has on Periscope, whatever it is, right? And with all due respect, I'm sure some of the people here have more, right? But they also understand how they got there. None of us got here overnight, you guys. Every single follower I have on Periscope has taken me to scope about it. Okay, I have the gift, but I work really hard. Okay, I'm not doing a live relationship reading, I'm running challenges. It's a lot of work. However, when you have a strategy around it, it can work out so much easier. Now I'm sort of starting to be a well-oiled machine, so I can really do. Earlier before this blab, I had a thought. I thought to myself, what if just through teaching and writing books, I could just be doing without having to charge anything? And I'm sure at some point I'll be able to manifest that. But right now, it is practice as it is. But it's amazing because I get to really be so honest and tell you how this is working out, And Aditi is a big part of it. The fact of the matter is that she is an IMC graduate. Her program, you guys, I have actually gone and visited the university. They are cutting edge in social media. And there's a whole science behind it, right? So having her as the person that I turn to, she knows what the hell she's talking about. And frankly speaking, when you're a spiritual entrepreneur, you are more busy wanting to spread your gift. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know. It's just too much. Like, I need to do this webinar. I need to do this challenge. I need to do this. It blows my. I want to like sit and bang my head. So that can be a backward step, okay? Because you want to be able to actually do the work. And I don't know how many of you guys have felt this or dealt with this, and feel free to put it in the questions. But I think like Aditi can answer. How is it with entrepreneurs? Like, I'm sure it's not a very typical or traditional route of working with someone. So what do you think, Aditi? I don't know, because I think like it's something that you are able to give a little bit more perspective on.
Yeah, I think like what's so special about spiritual entrepreneurs is that they're often living a life in which they feel like they're supposed to live, right? They're living a life where, they're trying to fit into this world of, having a job, doing what they're supposed to do, following the rules. And yet they have some sort of special gift, whether that's through, being very knowledgeable about a certain topic, whether that's a gift of healing, whether that's through like creative expression or art, that really fulfills them and makes them feel alive. But yet they kind of shut that area down because they feel like this is just fluffy stuff. Like, I need to focus on real stuff that makes me money or whatever. And I think that the more we step into our gifts, actually, the more happier we'll be, the more we'll be able to help people, and just the entire, like, everything in your life will be sorted out. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I know for me, as I've been working on my life purpose, I feel like things are falling into place in my life. Whereas before, I was trying so hard to control things and trying to make it look a certain way. Like, being an entrepreneur really is actually a spiritual journey because it makes you learn so much about yourself and about other people. Like, literally, when we are like service-based entrepreneurs, especially, but even product-based, you really get to face kind of your deepest, darkest fears and parts of you that, maybe things from childhood. There was actually a thing that happened to me in high school. Karen says, I hid my gifts for years after letting go of how it was received. I could share without needing it. Yeah. Oh my God, absolutely. And there was a time in high school, you guys, where I was literally ambushed by like 40 people in a room, and I was being called a dictator. And at that time, I was leading an organization, and it was the most traumatic experience of my life. Like, till like just recently, it's been haunting me. And like, is it all gone? Maybe not completely, but it's a lot more dissolved than it used to be. And I really had to bring up that experience and face it head on that, people may throw bananas at you, and people may throw virtual, strawberries through the computer at you if they don't like you, if they don't like what you have to say. But at the end of the day, if you know that your gift fulfills you so much and it's actually helping other people, I feel like there's no reason why you shouldn't move forward with it. It's going to be so healing for yourself and for the planet. Like, I truly, truly believe that if we all followed what we're really good at and whatever our gift is, that the world would be a better place, because everybody would be doing what they're actually meant to do on this earth versus what they're trying to do on this earth. And maybe those gaps in the earth would be filled up in certain ways, you know? And one thing, like I was saying about the entrepreneur journey, like you grow so much because you learn so much about yourself and you face so many of your fears, because with us, it's like you are your business. So how you act in your personal relationships and your personal life is how you end up acting in your business, when you're interacting with clients, when you're showing up, and all of that kind of stuff. You know, if you're fearful of speaking your truth within a relationship in your personal life, you'll see it come up in your business. So the more you work on it in your personal life, you'll find it working out in your business life too, and vice versa. So it's such a powerful journey, I'd say. But like going back to like specifically like marketing and why even do this is like, one thing I love to say is like, people are lazy, right? They want things to be easy for them. They don't want to be going and looking for their services that they need, because if they knew about you, if they knew that you existed and that you had whatever service that they're looking for, they would just come and hire you versus going searching on Google and being frustrated about it. So they would hire you if they knew that you existed. And I think that's what marketing really does. And the other day, someone was saying to me, I don't know if you're on here, Chakarwanda, but she was like, I don't like marketing. I just feel like you're taking a net and you're catching fish and you're reeling them in. And I was like, I don't see it like that at all. I can see how it can be thought to be like that, because people do often think it's like, oh, you're just trying to catch people and bring them to you. But really what I see it as is you're turning your light on so bright so that people can see that you're there. So she was like, oh, so it's almost like a lighthouse. And I was like, yeah, I like that. So it's almost like you're really turning your light on and you're just letting your light shine. So people who are meant to and who are drawn to your light can come towards you, and they can get the healing, they can get the help, they can get whatever expertise they need from you from the light that you're shining. But if your light's off, no one can see you. No one can see that you exist. So marketing really gives you that vehicle to be seen, so people can know that you exist, so they can come to you for help. Because if they don't know that you exist, they haven't heard of you, they may be still lost in their life, looking for answers. But I very strongly believe that each one of us has our own following on earth. I believe for every gift that's been given, there's a group of people who will benefit from that gift. So, you know, if you think that, oh, there's already so many, you know, healers out there, there's already so many financial accountants out there, it doesn't matter, because the way that you're going to deliver the gift is completely different than they did. All right. So the way you tell stories, your story in itself is very different. The way you deliver is very different than other people. So there's certain people who will only be drawn to your message. All right. So think about it. I gave this example the other day. Jack Canfield and Louise Hay essentially both teach about, you know, being successful, but in very different ways. Louise Hay talks more specifically about loving yourself and affirmations, whereas Jack Canfield talks about, he has the book called The Success Principles, and he talks about a lot of the same things, because it has to do a lot with loving yourself so you can be successful, so you can ask for your worth. But he does it in a very different delivery. Might be the same message, but different followings and different people coming to learn. So in that same way, whatever it is that your gift is, there are a group of people who are going to listen to you. I mean, look at me. I'm a marketing strategist and confidence coach. I'm sure there's a ton out there. So why do people come to me? Why are people drawn to me? It's because whatever I'm saying may resonate with them. Maybe they like that I am patient and, you know, that I do work with you. And maybe they like that I have the angel intuitive with the marketing. Whatever it is, there's always a group of people who are going to be drawn to you. All right. So you have to trust that. I think that's one hurdle that so many people face when they're like, well, I don't know if I should do this. But look, if your soul lights up from doing that, from whatever your gift is, you must follow it. You absolutely must follow it, because the world is missing that gift that only you can provide to them. And actually, Shweta, I would love if you can talk about, you know, what was that turning point where you decided that, okay, maybe there's something to this marketing. Maybe I should do this. Or like, what was it that, you know, maybe had you come on board a little bit more from before compared to before? Like you're I don't want this website, I don't want none of this, and then next thing you know, you're like, okay, I gotta update my website, and like.
Honestly, I think the moving point for me was when I moved to Chicago. For me, it was like when I decided to move. So I moved from Maryland, you guys, and Maryland is where I was there for 15 years, so I was there for a long time. So it was a huge change. And when I decided to move, I really was moving for my business. And at that point, I just thought to myself, well, all eggs are in this basket. Like, really, let's make a fantastic omelet with it. If that's like a really terrible example, but you get my point. Like, I just was all in, right? And to a certain degree, you're all in, but you don't know where you want to get. Like, you have a rough idea. I'm running a course called the Success Mindset right now, and I'm moving away, and Aditi can give us the word for it, but I'm moving away from a traditional based model of dealing with one-on-one clients to a group of people online. Okay, that's what I'm very specifically intending on moving to. It requires a strategy. I have no problems admitting, I don't care how powerful your gift is, you need a strategy, because you need a way to implement your gift that doesn't exhaust you, doesn't tire you. Okay, a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs are not charging enough for their services, are not being seen enough in places, and are really tiring themselves out. Now, that is not a criticism of anybody. I just know that for me, I was literally going through days where I would go through session after session after session after session. I'd have like 5 sessions. I wasn't eating. Okay, like it wasn't a model that was working. It would have exhausted me. And right now, my role is to spread the light. So there's 2 things, right? If I believe that what I'm doing is helping me so much in my life, I want others to know about it. Now, think about it this way. If you just use your own words, like you call people or you show up at events and that's how you get people, the number you get is very small, right? So your message stays small, okay? However, if you have the option of finding a different way of getting it more effectively, like Periscope, for example, I'm able to do live readings. There are about 100 people who get on there. They're suddenly now able to see things that are a little bit different. You know what I mean? So that's one thing. If you want your message to get bigger, if you want it to reach people, it's not your job to go find them. They'll find you. That's just how it happens. What you are, you attract. So people will find you, but you have to be available. Now, I don't know what's out there. I don't know. My part is not to research social media practices and all that, or how to make it work. Like if I have legal problems, I'm going to go to a lawyer. I'm not going to sit there and waste my time trying to figure it out, right? Yeah. Like I'm just not going to waste my time. That's just me. If somebody else has the time, go for it. I can barely keep up with my emails at this point. It's getting to that point where I'm like, I need a virtual assistant. And let me tell you, Kimra Luna, I don't know how many of you know about her. She's a very successful businesswoman, and she's talked about this. Like, get the help, get the support. I'm all about it. Like when I hire someone, like even my hairstylist, I only go to the people that I trust. So first of all, trust your marketing strategist. Stop fighting that person. And I trust Aditi because she will tell me this is what's going to work. Like she doesn't tell, okay, yeah, there are times when I'm overwhelmed, but that's just being a spiritual entrepreneur. You're more interested in your gift. That's the truth, okay? That's just the truth of the matter. So for me, when I decided my message had to get bigger, and I think Karen has said something, your message has to be bigger than your fear. So you'll get to a point in your journey where your fear is not going to dominate your message. Your message is more important. And so for me, whatever channel gets my message out, okay, that's the how. So Aditi works with the how. I'm telling you the why. The why is that I would like to reach more people. And, Aditi is doing a course right now that I'm taking. It's called Get Seen, Get Paid. And I'm sure she might want to share it with us about it. That has allowed me to brand myself. So I know what my mission statement is. You might think all of this doesn't matter, but when you're trying to when you are putting yourself out there so that the right kind of clientele can find you, it's very important to know what you're offering. An energy healer, there are plenty of energy healers. Why are you an energy healer that I should come to? You're just making it easier for people. And anyways, people have very short attention spans. Yeah, so it's so for me that's what Aditi brings to the table. She brings the fact that are you over giving your gift right now, which might even overwhelm your audience. There are all these different things. So it's very important. I mean, I think it's absolutely a non-negotiable having a really fantastic business strategist and a marketing strategist. It's absolutely a non-negotiable to your success. And I wouldn't be able doing this blab if I didn't believe it. I mean, seriously. She's very, very, and I'm very fortunate. But that's what you attract, those right people in your team.
And I think also another thing that I remember you telling me is like word of mouth was working really well for a long time, but at some point I think that started to like fizzle down too, right? And you had to find another way to like share your message with people.
Well, you know what it was? For me, I knew, actually that's a good question. For me, I knew that it was consistent. So this is the thing. It was consistent because I raised my prices, so it started to drop down, right? That you're gonna find that too. However, I just realized that it was going to be a lot more work to keep doing this traditional business model for me. Like that's what I think happened. So they were still coming, but it would be like me doing 10 times the work with 10 different people when maybe I just need to do one time the work by creating a course, and then it gets to a different group of people, a bigger group of people. So it's like my message is more fine-tuned, more refined. It is able to get to more people, and it has honestly been the best thing that I have discovered. So yeah, they were there, but it was now I had to work a lot harder, and it was frankly starting to exhaust me, and it wasn't worth what I was doing at that point.
So do you want to just briefly talk about maybe a couple of some of the processes or strategies or things that we implemented together that you found to be really beneficial or helpful for the business that allowed it to grow?
Well, I think everybody here that's been on here, and if you guys haven't been, you need to join you get to join my Facebook group. It's swetaiyer.com/energyrockstars, and I will type it out for you. So this is actually, again, this is Aditi's brainchild. It's basically a Facebook group where I post a lot of things. So generally before I would just post stuff on my friends' pages, or I would send us messages. So it's like an interactive blog in an interesting way, but I also put challenges there, which is again, really great way to engage your audience because, let's be honest, you don't want to work with everybody and not everybody wants to work with me, but some people might just enjoy the information I have to put out there, right? And I want to share the information that I have to put out there. So I'm more than willing and I'm more than happy to be able to give that information to you. However, it's a really nice way to say, are you super interested in what I have to say? Then you can be part of this group, right? So the Energy Rockstars group has been a great way to see what people want, what information they want. So that's one. The second is Periscope. Absolutely no two ways about it. And I was like, no way in hell. And now I have like close to 330 followers. And, next week I'm going to really work on raising that number. It has given me a platform to see how powerful my gift is. It's very interesting. I'll tell you guys this one example. Aditi kept telling me that, and she can, after I say this, she can tell us how she sort of intuitively guides me to what strategy will work best for me, because I think that's an important part too. But she said, do live readings. I said, no, I don't want to do live readings, because I'm like a little bit scared and nervous. I'm like, if I do live readings, how does this work? Like, what if I can't give the information that's helpful? Whatever, right? And guys, live readings are the most fun I have. They're the most powerful ones. It's almost reminding me, and it shows me every single time how powerful the gift is. And people cry. People are moved. People are just like, oh my God, like, what is this? Like, I want to talk to you. And the fact of the matter is, what am I doing? It might be very miraculous for somebody, but it's just very natural to me, right? And that is said with utter humility, because I understand the power that works here. So it's with a lot of love and respect. I see that. So Periscope, definitely. And Periscope is like a really cool way to just be connected to people who are interested in talking to you. So, that has been there. Now Blabs, I think Blabs are a really great way to engage with an audience. I think I have like 42 followers or whatever. I think 42. I don't want to give you the number, but it's growing. So people who are interested. So I love the fact that that has really been, I will say I'm not very on point with my email listing yet. I know that's something that I have to work on. But even if you just get on one practice, whether it's Periscope, Instagram, Facebook, there's a consistency. So right now, I would say the most consistent places I use are Periscope and my Energy Rockstars group, right? So you can always jump on them to find content from me, right? Because like I said, I might not always be available for a session. I might not always be available for some kind of feedback that you want. However, if I'm doing a live reading, hop onto the live reading. I can probably answer your question, which after this blab, I will be doing a live reading, past life relationship reading. So yeah, I think those strategies have definitely been they have been very, very important in seeing the movement for me where people need this information. I think those two really stick out for me right now.
Mhm.
But everything else, I mean, I don't know at this point, but I have also been a hamster on the wheel, and then now I've transitioned into I listen to what I do really listen to anything she says till I find it completely intuitively doesn't work for me. But yeah.
So to give you guys a little bit of idea of how I work, as Shweta was saying, what happens is when we have a business and we have a gift, we feel really kind of drowned by everything, right? Oops, sorry. We feel very drowned by everything. It's like, oh my God, where do I start? Should I have a Facebook page? I need to get on Twitter. I need to go on Instagram. Wait, but should I do a blab? I don't know what to do. And it's just we get so overwhelmed with all of these options of oh my God, where do I start? So what I really do as a marketing strategist is I help you take all of that fog and clear it up so you can see a better way of which way to go and how to start, So I am officially opening my doors to my marketing course, which the doors open today after this blab. It's called GetSeenGetPaid.com. So we just went through the first round of the class, and now we're getting ready to have the round 2. So class 2 to start. Some of our participants are here watching us today. So round 2 is going to be starting in March. Okay. So I want to give you guys an idea of what that's all about, because I very strongly believe that in order to be hired and get out there and, get people to learn about your gift so you can help people and create a better life for yourself, is first you need to be seen, okay? So people often come to me and they're like, hey, Aditi, show me how to get on this social media app. Show me how to do this. Show me how to do that. But often when I go back and look at their brand and everything, things are not really set up in the way that would make your marketing strategies even more successful. So social media is I want you to imagine it as the surface level, all right? Social media is very much the last step of your marketing strategy. Where you really want to start is at your brand. Who is your brand? So as Shweta said, she got very clear in Get Seen, Get Paid, what is her brand? What is her why? What is her mission? What is her core message? And then, of course, most importantly, what is your elevator speech? When you meet people, what do you say about who you are and what you do? And it becomes even more difficult when you have so many passions, right? How do you say that all in a sentence or two, right? Or even for spiritual entrepreneurs, they have a very hard time talking about what they do because they feel uncomfortable about it, or they feel shy about it. But even I've seen all sorts of professions, even health coaches, even stylists or bloggers, and they all feel super uncomfortable talking about what they do. And that's the first thing we cover in the course, is really getting clear on your brand and building that strong foundation, because guess what? Your marketing strategies on the surface level are not going to work if you don't have that strong brand foundation. And you're very clear about your mission, what you're doing, and why you're doing it. And I'll tell you guys, the first week when we did this brand tuning workshop with the class participants from this brand, they were seeing results literally in 24 hours after implementing that stuff. Right, Shweta? I remember you sent an email to one of your potential, you had sent an email to one of your clients, and you had used everything we did in that exercise, and it made your message so much clearer. And people were like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And I know another one of our participants, he had created a photo and she had put it up, and she got I think close to 90 to 100 likes on her photo. And it's because she was able to clearly articulate, what it is that she does and who she is. Many of us have a million certifications. Like for me, I'm a life coach, I'm an angel intuitive, angel card reader, master student, consultant for 6 years. I'm so many things. So how do I say that, in a way that people can understand? So how can you say that in a way that people can understand? Because if you're not clear about what you're doing, it makes it harder for people to come in to be a part of your business and learn from you, or, buy your services, because they honestly don't even understand what it is that you do or what you offer. So that's really the first thing we do in week 1. And then what we do in the next week is getting clear on your audience. I love to say you want to know your customer like it's your child, because I've seen that parents seem to know every single thing about their children. So you want to really know your customer like that, because the thing is, you may be talking about your problems in a certain way, but your client may be talking about it in a completely different way. I was talking to another energy healer a couple weeks ago, and she was talking about how my clients have all of these issues with their career and their relationships and their business, but they just don't understand. If they just went within, all of that stuff would be fixed. I don't understand. She was getting so mad. She was like, they just don't get it. These clients, I don't know. And I told her, I was like, it's because you're not talking to them in their language. You understand that, that it's their inner that's going to fix their outer, but they don't understand that. And they're not going to understand that. So you need to speak to them in a language that they can actually comprehend and get, If you can talk about your client's problems in the way that they speak about it rather than the way you speak about it. Because at the end of the day, people know on a general level what they want. They may not know what they need, though, which is where you would come in. You know what these people need. You know what your potential clients need, but they don't know what they need. So if your marketing messages are talking about what they need, they're not going to resonate, because they're going to be like, oh, that doesn't apply to me, because they don't even know they need it. Does that make sense, you guys? So in that week, we get very clear on your audience and get to know them better, so you can understand how it is that your audience is talking about it, And then what we do is we face our visual fears, the visibility fears. What's going to happen if I'm out there? What's going to happen if my face is out on blast? What if people say really mean things about me? What if my family members start telling me things that I need to get a real job, or whatever it may be? Facing all those fears, even facing the fears of success, we go through all of those exercises and bring it all up within the course. And this is what makes this course really unique, you guys. I haven't seen any other marketing course that actually talks about and works you through your fears. I've never seen that before. And honey, I am a course junkie, so I buy all the courses that exist, and I've never seen that before. And I think that's something that I struggled with so much. And that's why I wanted to make sure that this was a part of the course. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just going to give you marketing strategies and then you guys were just going to be too scared to implement them. Because what's the point of that? What is the point? You haven't seen it either, Andrea? Yeah. What is the point of having all these marketing strategies if you're too scared to implement them? What is the point of that, So I don't want to do that. I don't want to give you guys marketing strategies and then you just sit with them in a corner and you're like, yeah, I'm too scared, so I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to go back to my job that I hate. So I don't do that. And I don't want that, because it fulfills me to have you guys living in your purpose. You know what I mean? So I want all of you to succeed just as much as you do. If not, I'm sure you do even more, but in that sense, so then we go over the visual bravery, building that visual muscle, being able to get on video. Because for example, Periscope, Shweta was saying she was really uncomfortable with it. But the thing is, the reason I strongly believe in Periscope and that it's so powerful is that people can connect with you as if you're literally in front of them. It's a whole nother level of building a relationship with people. And literally people have bought from me, have bought my products, courses, or my coaching from finding me on Periscope, which is amazing. But imagine if you put out a Facebook post, if you put out an Instagram post, people can't connect with you on a way that they can when they can see you talking. And I love this thing. Sarah had said this to me once. She was like, I love when you're on Periscope because I feel like I'm FaceTiming with you. So you literally feel like you're FaceTiming with that person, So that's an example of facing those visibility fears that are keeping you from getting seen, so people can get to know you, get to know your personality. And, it's you really turning on that light, like the lighthouse that we talked about a little bit earlier. All right. And then what we do is we get into talking about offerings. What are you going to offer with your services? What are you going to do? What are you going to offer courses? And if you offer a course, how the heck are you going to launch it? How are you going to get people to know about you? We talk about all of this stuff. How should you price your courses? You know, how do you get a buzz going? How do you get people to know about you? And you guys, as you know, I had my I Live with Joy blog for 3 years. I didn't officially start my marketing business until this past September. So it's really been only 5 months. So I started this from scratch, okay? And people are already like, wow, I'm starting to see you a lot, like all over the place. And I have tested these strategies out myself, and that's why I'm able to teach it to you guys. Plus, of course, I've learned it in my marketing degrees and all of that other stuff, right? So I'm taking all of that combination of knowledge and putting it together so you don't have to be overwhelmed. You don't have to be scared alone. You don't have to, you know, be afraid of putting yourself out there, because there's a community here and we're all going to help each other. And the people who are in the class right now have really been thriving, getting more comfortable with themselves, getting more comfortable with their gifts. They feel more comfortable putting themselves out there. And it just gives me so much joy, because I'm just like, I can't wait to see all this magic that these people are creating. You know, a lot of them in the course are launching their own first courses. They're launching their own coaching services for the first time ever. And we have activities each week where you get to actually implement stuff each week. Plus, I have live coaching office hours. So I coach you live on, we use a Zoom technology. You come online and we talk about what it is you're struggling with, whether it's your marketing strategy or you're simply scared out of your mind to post something on Facebook. I'll give you an example. There was one of my clients who's in the class. She was really terrified to post something on Facebook and changing like her Facebook cover relating to her brand. And I was like, okay, let's talk about it. When we got deeper into what was really going on, we found out that she was actually really afraid of being misunderstood. So this rooted back to her family patterns, that she felt misunderstood by her family. So by her putting up a Facebook cover page was her opening herself up to that vulnerability of being attacked and being misunderstood. And it's not a feeling that she liked or that she wanted. But once we were able to understand that putting up a Facebook cover in her mind meant that she's potentially going to be misunderstood, and working through that and releasing it. I coach you live through these, you know, fears that you have during the course. And then she was able to be relieved of it. And then she was able to put up her Facebook cover photo. And she's been getting great response, which is so fun. Yeah, and then the last step, and you guys think that this is backwards, but actually, this is exactly how marketing is. People think marketing is the last step after all the products are ready, but marketing is actually throughout the entire process, from your branding to developing your products to, you know, getting over your fears to getting clear on your audience. All of that is marketing. And then the last part is really the marketing strategies, when you get into, okay, what is the strategy I should use? Which social channels should I use? Because you know what, you guys, it's way too overwhelming for you to be doing every single social media strategy. I don't believe in using every single media. I believe on focusing specifically on 2, all right? So we go through, you know, which things would be right for you to use. And I use my intuitive guidance as well to help you through what matches your brand, what will help you, you know, reach the audience that you want. Because guess what? If your audience is hanging out on Instagram, but you're over there on Facebook trying to find them, you're not going to find them. And you're not going to be able to grow your business, all right? And then, so that's it, you guys, a 6-week course. Today, I'm opening early bird registration, all right? It's at $4.95 right now, and it's at GetSeenGetPaid.com. And the price is going to go up after the early bird, and it's going to go up by a couple $100s. So if you guys are resonating with this, and you guys are really ready, and I say this, I can't help you with you being committed, but I can help you with your confidence and with your strategy. Those 2 things I can help you with. But if you're not fully committed, you guys, then this is not the course for you right now, because we're really going to dive in and go deep. This is for people who are really ready to step into their gift and put themselves out there. Your buttons will be pushed. You will be facing uncomfortability, but you'll be feeling more fulfilled than ever, moving towards your true life purpose and the gift that you have, and being able to eventually move into a place where you can quit your full-time job, or if you're already in your business, to grow and expand and reach more people so more people can be touched by your gift. And there's a couple people who are in the course right now. You can feel free to type in the comments how it's been going for you, but I will put the link in here. If anybody feels drawn to this, it opens up today. And if you get early bird, you guys, I'm throwing in a bonus one-on-one strategy session with me, all right, which those are otherwise offered at $275, and I actually don't even offer one-off sessions much anymore. So you're going to get that bonus if you get in on the early bird to get a one-on-one session with me, where we will get on the phone and get online together and work through whatever it is that you want to work through with your business and with your strategy, all right? And I have an additional bonus. If you sign up today, I'm going to throw in one of the two of either a blog starter kit that I've created or a webinar starter kit, which I'm almost done creating. The webinar starter kit is really going to break down how to do webinars, how to set them up on Google Hangouts, how to set up your opt-in, how to promote it, and how to get sign up. So, you know, webinars is something that you want to incorporate into your business if you want to grow and get people to know about you. And then the blog starter kit is more for people who are really starting out, don't have a website yet, really don't know maybe what to do with that in terms of having a business. So you can pick one of those free bonuses, and they're each $100 right now, okay? So you're gonna get that thrown in for free if you sign up today, all right? So there's the link, you guys, right there. And if you're watching the replay, it's GetSeenGetPaid.com. All right, so check that out. Now what I'm gonna do is open it up for questions. I'm gonna do live coaching here for anybody who has questions. I know there's a couple questions that are sitting here already, but you guys are more than welcome to also call in and talk to me. Shweta, I don't know if you want to add anything more or.
Yeah, I do. That. Okay, I'm probably good. A few minutes because I'm gonna do on scope and do the past life relationship reading. But you know, I think Aditi has a point when she said that if you're not willing to put in the work, then don't expect this to work, just because it does require a level of commitment, right? But you have to ask yourself, are you committed to your success? That's the only question ultimately. Okay, so if you're committed to your success, then yes, it's worth it for the investment. If you're not, then that's fine too. Like this is not a personal thing whatsoever, right? But I can tell you like how much it has helped me. I've gotten to the brand where it is now. So now I can just build on it. It's having those systems in place. So it's about making your life easier and simpler. That's how I feel about it. I am doing live relationships reading, you guys. It'll probably be for about an hour. So if you guys, it's past life reading actually. So if you guys want to hop on after you asked Aditi a question, feel free to do it. I'm just going to take a 5-minute break after this, and then I'll be hopping on there. So if you haven't followed me, it's Shweta Iyer Heals on Periscope, okay? But I think, Aditi, do you have any questions for me? But other than that, I think this feels like this is good. It's good to hear how far things have come.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So Nadia says, so if you want to hop off, that's totally fine. I'll take it from here. Okay. And if you want to take a break.
Bye.
Thank you so much for talking about your experience. Really appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Bye. All right. So Nadia is saying, I can attest. I'm doing Get Seen, Get Paid now. I have almost 100 viewers on Periscope, and I've noticed my business starting to boom. Yes, you have, Nadia. And in fact, since Nadia went ahead and said that, I'll also add that she was super, super nervous about offering any services and doing these challenges and doing this stuff, but she really felt a strong calling to doing this work. And she decided that she was worth it, and she decided to dive in. And she exactly. She said, I'm getting ready to do my first webinar. And she was so nervous to launch, her coaching practice. And just this past Wednesday, she launched her challenge, and she told everybody the first 3 people to sign up are going to get a mini Thrive coaching session with me. And guess what? Those 3 spots were taken in less than a minute. How did that make you feel, Nadia? You were like so nervous to even put that up there. And then next thing you know, 3 people sign up for yourself. So you guys will be actually surprised when you really step into your gift, how things will flow for you and how things will manifest for you when you do that, you know? Yes, I am Indian. All right, I had a question earlier, and then Walter, I'll get to your comment and question as well. I'm gonna go back to the question I have here. Let's see, where is it? Okay, should marketing strategies, and you guys feel free to ask questions about Get Seen, Get Paid. Feel free to ask any marketing questions. I'm here and I'm coaching you live for absolutely free. Any questions you have about your business, about marketing, I'm here. So feel free. I'll open up the seat if anyone wants to call in live as well. But I'm going to read your questions first. And I love all the phrases that Karen has. Karen says, when you shift from selling to serving, it feels so good. I love that. When you shift from selling to serving. I agree. And I think that's what really made a difference for my business to grow too, because I was in a place of selling, but now I realize, why am I really doing this? I'm doing this because I want to help all of you who have a gift get out there and create better lives for yourself while helping other people too. And that's really what's made the difference. All right. So 911 WF, you asked, should marketing strategies drastically different between corporate businesses and nonprofit organizations? Not necessarily. They can totally both use the same type of strategies, but of course, what's most important is actually getting clear on your audience, all right? So it's less about this is corporate, this is nonprofit. It's more about who is your audience that you're trying to serve. Who is your audience that you want to reach? Your marketing strategies should be based on that. It should be based on the people that you're trying to reach, the people you're trying to maybe get donations from, the people you're trying to serve, all right? That's what matters more than anything else. So you don't have to worry about what everyone else is doing. You need to be laser focused towards your customer and what they want, what they do, where they hang out, and how you can reach them. Okay, what they respond to. And some of that may require trial and error. Some of that may require you trying things out that corporations are doing or that nonprofits are doing. I say, you do your research, talk to your clients, and see what it is that they resonate with and what they don't resonate with, what they respond to, what they don't respond to. And then it's going to be a continuous tweaking strategy, okay? You always going to have to tweak your strategy based on what's happening in the world, new social media popping up. Let's say everybody moves to a brand new platform. Maybe all of your clients and customers are there. So it's more about where's your customer. So it's always about the customer, you guys. That's what I teach. I teach the IMC model, which is integrated marketing communications. You're really integrating your whole business around the customer. All right. All right. So let's see. And let me know if you have anything follow up. Does that make sense? 911 WF. All right, Walter. So I don't know if you're still here, Walter, but I'm going to read your question. It says, I had a why about sharing my art with as many people around the world, but it looks like the site where my art is hosted on is going to remove all of my art. There's 350,000 images there. Oh my. And I'm not sure what to do next. I am still creating more images. So is your site, why is it being shut down? Is it because of the hosting? Have you backed up your site and can they retrieve all of that? Do you have all of those 350 images saved somewhere else? That would be my first couple questions. I also want to mention, you guys, that I also want to mention that I teach free marketing classes and I'm doing a free challenge next week. So I'll put the link here. It's themarketingangel.com. And you can join themarketingangel.com where I teach free marketing classes, you guys. Absolutely free. Last week, I did a class on how to do your first webinar, how to set it up, and all of those shenanigans. I literally took you through the technical know-hows and everything. I also have a free training on Periscope, how to use it for your business, and how to get clients from it, all of that. And we're going to be doing a free challenge next week, starting on Monday, a Periscope challenge because we did a vote in the group and Periscope won. And it's likely that I'm going to do a visibility challenge next week. So I'll probably do both. Either way, it's going to help your business. It's going to help you grow and reach the customers that you want and really allow you to get seen. Oh, hey people, good to see you here. So does anyone else have any questions? Do you have any questions about Get Seen, Get Paid? Do you have any questions about your business? I'm here coaching you live. I will even open up the seat if you have any questions. Let me know if you want to call in and you have a live question. You guys can come on live here and I will coach you through whatever it is that you have any business questions, you have any fears coming up about, you know, your life purpose and what you want to do, or if you have any questions about Get Seen, Get Paid too. I've been having so much fun doing Get Seen, Get Paid. It's been a blast. Do you have any recommendations for learning about accounting for your new business? This is one area I don't know much about or where to go. I don't know any off the top of my head, Andrea, but there are so many free resources online. And if you have does somebody do your taxes? Because I have somebody who does my taxes for me, and I work with them on how to do it. And what I've been doing is basically just keeping track of all my business expenses. And then what you do is you give it to your accountant and then they take care of it from there. I don't know what happens after that, but. Well, someone said they're in trading, so I think that means that maybe they'll be able to help you. In terms of filing, you know, a lot of people file into an LLC. Other people do sole proprietorships. Right now, I'm in a sole proprietorship. I may be moving to an LLC shortly, but when you're just starting out, you can absolutely do a sole proprietorship in the beginning, okay? You're so welcome, dear. So there are 2 people who've already joined Get Seen, Get Paid, who are hanging out with us. Hello, everybody. So I'm just hanging out. If anyone has any more questions, this is my first time on here. Stephen, is it your first time on Black or first time hanging out with us? We had one of my clients here earlier, and she was talking about how marketing has really changed and grown her business. She was very hesitant to marketing before, but now she is very much open to it now, and it's growing her business. She's finding clients on first time on here. Okay, cool. Awesome. So Stephen, do you have a question for business or etc.?
What's up?
What's up, Stephen? How are you?
Good.
Do you have any questions about business or life purpose or anything else?
Business. I think that's a hard question for me. Business.
Do you have a business?
Well, I don't have a job yet, so I'm trying to look for a job.
Okay. Well, today we're talking about how marketing can grow your business. So that's what we're doing today.
That's good.
All right. So if you don't have any questions, I'm going to close up the seat in case anyone else has to come in. All right. Thanks, Stephen.
All right, bye.
All right. Anybody else here? So I'm on Periscope at Amplify with Aditi. I do teach marketing on there. I'm probably going to be scoping after this. And I'd love to see you guys there. So be sure to come to themarketingangels.com for free marketing classes. Oh, thank you so much. I so appreciate it. Oh, you're so welcome. Yay. You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody. So, thank you, people. So I'm going to be on Periscope probably later today because now I got my hair did and my makeup did. And I'm like, okay, it's time to scope you guys. I appreciate you guys too. We're going to be teaching. I don't know what I'm going to be teaching today, but I will be teaching something. And we'll be hanging out on Periscope. So come over there. And if you're interested in Get Seen, Get Paid, absolutely reach out to me or go straight to the website at GetSeenGetPaid.com. We're going to be doing a visibility challenge next week, which is completely free. Hope to see you guys there. Thank you so much for being here with me. If there are no other questions, I am going to sign off, all right? I will type in here my Periscope handle so you can follow me there. I will put the link of Get Seen, Get Paid one last time. And I will put the link for the free marketing classes and my private community. So if you're interested in any or all of the above, I will see you guys there. All right, goodbye.